You talking about? Get on my face. Rollin'. Yeah. Oh, you wanna watch sports from the sideline? Horses and skylines. Whip a porch, get a couple in these trying times. I see you, I feel you, I really do. But I wouldn't wanna be you like me. I'm on my P's like a feeding ducky. Seen your girl eating cheese pieces. She was yucky, musty. We need custody of the money tree. See my phone busting and jumping, it's like a buzzing bee. Wasn't he the same selling all them fake Gucci baggies at the minivan back then? But do you think if anybody asking Marie?
Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, it's Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Allie LaForce will be bringing us updates from the sideline. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. The perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. And it's Shepherd in at the point guard. And for the Celtics, down on the block, it's Tatum with Cato. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. You know, when you break down these teams, Greg, they are excellent on the defensive end.
Yeah, so let's give credit to their coaches that they prepare their teams well, motivating their guys to give that consistent effort. And Smith is just so impressive, especially when he's working in that screen and roll.
Here's Tatum. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
Tatum passes to Hauser. Back to Tatum. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Durant. The 3 ball nailed from three-point land.
Right back at you. Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with a 3 of his own.
Brown with it. He's covered by Thompson. Brown kicks to White. Outside Tatum. Back to White. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Brown missing. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
The Celtics have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. When you talk about Amen Thompson, Clark, one of my favorite players. This kid is great.
Yeah, he's a joy to watch. I mean, for as young as he is, the way he gets after it defensively, the way he attacks the rim, he plays with a verve and confidence that belies his youth, man. He's a special talent, freak athlete, exceptional at the defensive end already. And his offense is only going to continue to develop. Boy, that guy could be scary. There aren't going to be many people saying amen having to deal with him.
Now, here's Şengün. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Here's Durant. Şengün passes to KD. Took the opportunity when he saw it. KD's got 8 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. Looking here at some numbers for Brown. Great showing for him last season. He averaged 22 points per game last season, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the line.
And there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you, most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Now here's White. 8 points his last outing. Back to Tatum. And he uses the glass on the layup. He has 5.
Tell you what, Tatum using his length for positioning inside, able to operate well in the paint.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, we're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. He talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thank you. And the rejection by Smith.
Jabari using that 6'10" frame right there. Length is something you cannot teach.
Here's Tatum, blocked again.
And the offense early on limited to just jump shots.
Guys, they're having a tough time getting the ball in close. And for the defense, when you can do that, I think you've already won half the battle.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And it's White missing. Rockets lead by 10. Thompson with it, now guarded by Tatum. And then Smith with the dunk.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Hey, Clark, we know resistance training is something pretty much every player does. Is that prevalent back in the 80s when you played?
That's 4 decades ago, Kevin, and it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I mean, it's commonplace, and kids get exposed to the benefits of weight training and strength training for any sport, but particularly basketball, at a much earlier age now. So it's part of who they are once they get to the college level and then on to the NBA. But the core strengthening, the stability work of that area between your knees and your sternum, the middle of your chest, boy, that type of work has made a huge difference and would have made a great difference, I think, in my career had it been as prevalent as it is now.
Now here's Vucevic. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Philadelphia. To the middle, here's Adams. The layup off target.
Give the defense credit there. Normally, that's 2 points.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now, here's Thompson. Still without a basket.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Okogie comes in for Amen Thompson. Pass to Shireman. Here's Walsh. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Poked away. It's stolen by Pritchard. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass. Hey, it was a good look, one he normally capitalizes on.
Inside, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Pritchard's got his second bucket.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
Stolen away. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Walsh. Three-pointer. Knocks down the three ball. And now it's only a 5-point Houston lead.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
The Rockets shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And he makes the first. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Gonzalez. Houston also making some changes. Şengün comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Josh Okogie. Fires from 14. This ball movement by Boston. Pass to Pritchard. 5 to shoot. Brown against Howard. Brown, no good.
I wouldn't count on him missing the mid-range shot again. That's a good look for him.
Shot by Easton, no good. That will count. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Houston Rockets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Rockets.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Steven Adams is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Easton in at the 2.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
You look at the Houston Rockets, already one of the most physically imposing teams in the league last season, and they got even bigger signing Clint Capella, of course, the trade for Kevin Durant, and bringing back Steven Adams. They're a team that nobody looks forward to facing, guys.
Leveraging all that size. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Okogie's checked in for Tate. There's Brown with the 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey guys, the Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said our young guys were tired of losing and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Back to you.
They've clearly bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. VanVleet against Pritchard. VanVleet can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 8. Pass to Vucevic. To the left side lane. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Şengün. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 19 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And here's Tatum for three. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The kick out to Tatum. Takes a three. The three-point shot is pure for Tatum.
I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
And Adams with the slam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Outside Gonzalez. Fires from deep. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Boston making some changes. Cade is jacked in. And Sam Hauser subbed in for Gonzalez. Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Houston. Shepard comes in for Fred VanVleet. And Durant gets it to go.
Durant has definitely been on one tonight, knocking down shots for himself at a high rate.
And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Boston again missing. Rockets leading by 11.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Pass to Shepard. And Thompson kicks to Smith. Here's Shepard. Back to Smith. Now Shepard. 20 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got his second basket of the night.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
The kick out to Brown. Tatum looking around. Outside, White. Misses the three. Rockets leading by 11. And stolen by White. Pass to Brown. Over Shepard. And it's Brown missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Nice shot by Smith.
He's certainly starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game, his 2nd in this quarter.
1:57 left in the first half of basketball. Right the pass to Queta. And here's Tatum for 3. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
That one goes. Count it.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Here's Tatum. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Tatum's got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Smith. He looks good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Boy, they need to ride him as far as he can take them because he is pedal to the metal right now.
Tatum on the wing. Hits it from 3-point range. Tatum's got 13 points.
You cannot shoot the ball much better than he is right now.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. The Celtics making a switch here. Richards checked in. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Thompson passes to KD. Tough two from Durant.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Oh, good on the 3.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
There's 31 seconds left in the second quarter.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Outside, White. There's the 3. The Rockets pull it in.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another one. You really like the intensity and focus Shepherd brings to both ends of the floor.
The 3 from Tatum. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Tatum's got 11 points in the quarter.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if he's stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all...
Thank you, Allie. And, folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
First thing I look at, the free throw discrepancy. They're on the wrong side of that number. The aggression hasn't been there tonight, guys.
Shifting gears here. And that'll do it for half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing, guys, a tremendous game from Jabari Smith.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, you know, he's been up in the air so often, he's been absolutely a pest on the defensive end.
On the block, it's Tatum with Cato. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. That's tipped and stolen by White. Tatum wide open, he fires one. And it's Boston with another.
Over the years, we've really seen Tatum elevate his offensive game. Now he's a dynamic, multi-level scorer.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
To the inside, here's Cato. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 8 rebounds in this game. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. And stolen by White. And Clark, I've got to say, you might have been one of the first true combo forwards. And that's not a rarity anymore.
No, it's common. It's actually 13 to a dozen now when you talk about the versatility of forwards in this league. And sizes going north of 6'8", ability to make threes and go rack to rack. You're not boxed into any one position nowadays. It's all about being a skilled, versatile basketball player regardless of your size. And I love it for the game and for the spectators.
There's Brown with the 3. Rockets with the rebound. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, he's kind of deflating their chances, and I know he really wants to help the team, but this is not the way to go about it.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And White kicks to Tatum. The 19-footer is on the money. Tatum's got 6 in the quarter.
Tatum clearly putting on a show in this one. Doing it all.
Here's Durant. Look at KD going to work inside.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
From downtown, it's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Tatum.
And that's another three. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise. And Durant, so dangerous as a scorer. He can shoot it from deep, also beat you off the dribble there. He just stops and pops.
The kick out to Brown. Over Thompson. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Outside Durant. Pass to Shepard. Off target from outside.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Right side White for the 3. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Amen Thompson, one of the most spectacular athletes in basketball. Coach Ime Udoka said he's so fast and explosive that he has the versatility to attack any matchup. Put a big body on him, he still has his advantages. We can put him anywhere in actions, and he can get downhill. Guys, back to you.
What an athlete. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
Durant so good at finishing in tight. Excellent in the paint.
A baseline shade. Brown, no good. Rockets leading by 11. Right wing. Smith finds Durant. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight to the right side. For 3, Thompson with the rebound. Rockets have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. And it's Shepard missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Thompson misses. Celtics trail by 11. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Shepard. Tatum down low. Finney-Smith defending. And the layup is good.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum. A wing who can score in so many different ways.
Durant, no good.
Well, he's a really good shooter. Got a good look from medium range, and I think they'll go back to that.
Pass to Tatum. And he's good on the 3-ball. Tatum's got 17 points here in the second half.
And all of a sudden, that 3 puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
Here goes Tatum.
Really hard to slow Tatum down on his drive because he's relentless. I mean, he's going to finish whether somebody's in his way or not. This guy's a load offensively to deal with.
It's by Finney-Smith. And here's VanVleet from the arc. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Pritchard passes to Tatum for the tie. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. The Celtics making a switch here. Walsh is checked in. And then for Houston, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Durant. And Torrey Eason subbed in for Amen Thompson.
Not a lot you can say except fantastic job by the defense.
Tatum drives in. Tatum using his speed.
He's been terrific offensively. You can bet they'll feed him down the stretch. That's for sure.
36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Van Vliet passes to Adams. 23 seconds left to play here in the third.
He threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
Here's Pritchard. 10 points for him. Pass to Tatum. Two on the clock. Again, the Celtics good for two.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
What a performance for Jason. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served them up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Steven Adams is out there with Alperen Sengun. Then it's Brett Van Vliet. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Holiday in at the 2-guard. Pass to Walsh. Here's Shireman. Offline with his three. Rockets trail. And Holiday kicks to Sengun. Adams sets the pick for Van Vliet. Drains the three-pointer. Van Vliet's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate, not when he's got a shot like that.
It's stolen by Adams. Here's Eason. Here's Sengun. And that one is good. And now a three-point Houston lead.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
It's stolen by Eason. Holiday, the pass to Eason. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaylen Brown.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Durant's checked in. Here's Brown. And that time, also a missed shot. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Great work by Van Vliet. So good at carving out space on the interior.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Right side, Durant. Durant under duress. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Sinks the triple.
He's been doing some real damage from range. 2 threes in the first half. Now 1 in the second.
Stolen by Van Vliet. It's stolen by Pritchard. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Sengun. And here is Van Vliet. Pass to Sengun. Lets it go with a three. Rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Brown dishes to Vucevic, and the shot goes in. Vucevic has got his first bucket of the night.
You know, Nikola Vucevic, guys, just goes to work when he gets an opportunity to score. I mean, he's a very, very polished offensive player.
Durant for 3. Rebound by the Celtics. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Tatum. Lets it fly, and he swishes it right through. Tatum's got 46 points.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. So for the Rockets, Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Adams. Thompson comes in for Aaron Holiday. And Shepard subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. There's Brown with the three. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Rockets leading by 5. Now here's Durant. Smith sets the pick for KD. Shoots over Hauser. KD's shot is off. Boston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Tatum passes to Keita. Tatum no good. The Rockets have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Smith kicks to Durant. Now Thompson. Rocket 6. Durant fires. Jumper is off.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Smith sets the pick for KD. Count it. Nails it from 14.
No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
Here's Tatum. Now White. Tatum outside. He nails the jump shot.
He's got that clutch gene. It's in his DNA for sure.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. At one point, they led by 16. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Boston trailing. Now Brown. Right outside. Tatum. Good, he hits again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Houston's got a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Here's Şengün. For 3. Kevin Durant. Bullseye. Money on the 3.
Well, in my mind, KD is one player that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
Rockets leading by 3. Stolen by Tatum. Here's Hauser, guarded by KD. Here's White. Outside Tatum. And it misses. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Outside Durant. Releases from 15. That shot no good. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Tatum. Shoots the 3. He drills the 3.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Shepard with the ball. Now Durant. It's in.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page in terms of strategy here. Any thoughts?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
So now, let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
Kevin, that was a gritty road win.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that about wraps it up.
Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. In this game, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Utah Jazz. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, plus reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Here's what Utah has lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And that game against the Pacers, it's one that should be a fun contest. The way the teams stack up against each other makes for good basketball.
So here are the Jazz starting five. We've got Walker Kessler, George out there with Bailey. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Jackson in at the power forward. And for Boston, Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., and that's why I expect this to get physical around the rim, which will put the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
Little competitive spirit from Lauri Markkanen right there. Counters with his own 3.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. Jaren Jackson Jr. was the topic, and coach was impressed by the tape. He said, the more I watch of Jaren, the more I'm convinced he's the best defensive player in the league. He does so much for their team, and we're going to have to be hyper aware of his weak side help tonight. Coach isn't alone on that appraisal. Brian, back over to you.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Tatum, and Boston again with the bucket.
Now that mid-range jumper is so on point. Jason Tatum is a 3-level scorer.
Pass to Markkanen. Utah moving the ball around. Jackson against Tatum. Jackson gets the bucket.
Yeah, good touch from Jackson Jr. Ready to score inside when given these opportunities.
Hauser outside. Here's Tatum. Outside, Brown. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, they were looking for a fast start, and they have been perfect from the tip.
Markkanen outside. Three-pointer, no good. Boston has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Here's Tatum. Kessler with a rebound.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Well, Doris, when you look at the skill set Jason Tatum possesses, what specifically makes him such an elite player?
Well, if you're elite, it means you have a multi-dimensional game, and that's Jason Tatum to a T. He came in with a scoring mindset. His playmaking skills have advanced every single season. He also absorbs an enormous weight on the defensive end. This guy is elite for a reason, and it's because it's a well-rounded game.
George feels it out a bit. Let's go with a 3. Queta pulls it in. The Celtics with the lead. Outside, Brown. 4-3. Again, the miss by Boston.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Kessler. Now here's Jackson. And here's George. Shoots over Brown. George, no good. Now here's Hauser. He's closely guarded. Here's Brown. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown working in that mid-range area. This guy knows it's got to be a part of your game.
Jackson finds George, and he lobs it up. Got it. Good job in the low post. Kessler's got his second basket of the game. The Celtics have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Jackson against Tatum. Pass to Hauser. Knocks it down from distance.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
George, right side. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And the more experience George gets, the more confident he looks.
Well, Keontae George is an excellent athlete. He's got positional size to play the lead guard, but he's got to develop as a playmaker. He took that step this past season, and we know this. The guy is elite athletically. Like, there's a lot of good building blocks here.
Now here's Tatum. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Beyond the arc. Kessler with a rebound.
Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
Markkanen for three. Utah with another miss.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Pass to Tatum. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Bailey. He's guarded by White. That ties the game.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Here's Brown. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Brown's got 6 points.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's George. Jackson for three. Boston pulls it in. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
They should have steamrolled this club last year, but that's not how it played out.
It's Brown on the wing. Shoots over Bailey. And Boston again with the bucket. Jazz trail by 4. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Jaylen Brown, in addition to becoming a champion, notched a big award in 2024, Dora.
It is undeniable that Jaylen Brown raised his level throughout the course of the playoffs in 2024. He was the MVP of the conference finals and the finals, and I thought set the tone almost nightly en route to that championship.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta. Walsh comes in for Jason Tatum. Shireman's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Derek White. 4 on the clock. George's shot is good.
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Here's Walsh. Here's Brown. Over George. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Walsh. Knocks down the triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Collier, defended by Pritchard. Shot's good by Collier.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Celtics lead by 3. Pass to Walsh. Here's Brown, plenty of space. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Brown's got 10 points in the game.
I love it. His love for the game couldn't be more obvious. It helps him make a positive impact out on the court, and it also keeps the bench fired up.
Now here's Pritchard, the 3-ball, and the Celtics another 3.
I just love the ball movement.
Jazz trail by 8. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. There's a minute 17 left to play in the first quarter.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Utah. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Pass to Pritchard. Brown scanning the floor. The rebound by Filipowski. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Markkanen, pass to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Up and in on the layup. And it's now only a 1-point Celtic lead.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
16 seconds left in the first quarter. Now Pritchard. Shoots over Collier. Boston again missing. It's been all about Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And more NBA action on 2K Sports. Coming your way right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
They've got Peyton Pritchard, Jason Tatum out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Walsh in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Utah trailing here. And Doris, very disciplined are the Celtics at the defensive end of the floor.
In BA, they do something that great defensive teams do. They limit their fouls. They don't gamble for steals. They try to give up one contested shot. At the rim, it's all about verticality.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Brian, back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie.
Boy, when this guy has got his rhythm, he can be tough to guard.
Here's Sensabaugh, and there's the drive, and it's cleared by Vucevic.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Tatum. Outside Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Shoots over Filipowski. And it's Tatum missing. Jazz trail by 4. Markkanen outside. Lets the 3 fly. Sends it home from 3-point land. Markkanen's got his second bucket of the night.
Love to see the 7-footer Markkanen go right up with it. Doesn't give the defense time to react.
Walsh can't get it to go. The Jazz have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Here's Filipowski, and he jams it home with authority.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Tatum gets the bucket.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And let's take this chance to call out our Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Jason Tatum.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
Here's Collier, pass to Nurkic. Inside. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's got 7 points.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Shoots over Filipowski. Rebounded by the Jazz. Coming off a win against the Hornets.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
And Utah has possession. following the three by Boston. And there's the screen. 14 feet away. His fourth make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
With the utmost belief in his game, he's able to beat opponents in a number of ways.
On the wing, Tatum. Back to Pritchard. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Markkanen.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Tatum with a steal. Off they go. It's a 3-on-1 break. To the wing on the left. Fires the 3. Jason Tatum. He's a sharpshooter.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Lots of stretch bigs in the league, Doris. Lauri Markkanen is one of the best at spacing the floor.
What we know, BA, is that sweet shooting bigs with the kind of size that Lauri has are an invaluable tool in the modern game. Lauri can balance that shooting with his off-the-bounce game. He is the prototypical desired big in the league today.
Here's Tatum following the bucket by the Jazz. And that one drops for him. He's got 9.
Boy, hard to operate any more efficiently than this guy has this quarter.
Vucevic with a steal. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Filipowski. Tatum looking it over. Lets it go from deep. Utah grabs the miss.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Markkanen using his size inside.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
So Utah going with an almost entire new group here. Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jaren Jackson comes in for Filipowski. Bailey's checked in for Sensabaugh. And it's George in for Collier. Pass to Keita. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Brown. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Markkanen misses.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
And stolen by Jackson. Here's Bailey. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Yeah, and with those long strides, it doesn't take Bailey long at all to get up the floor.
It's Brown on the wing. Shoots over Bailey. Brown, no good.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
And there's Bailey. That one's good. On the assist by George.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. Be fun to see if they can keep it up.
Now here's White. He's got 6.
Well, trying to reply to the 3 on the other end just doesn't go down for him.
George with it. Pass to Kessler. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And it's a 6-point Jazz lead. Boston's gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. White for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got his 4th rebound in this one. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control. He's on a roll in this quarter. The defense better be careful.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. All right, the Jazz making a change here. Collier's checked in. Here's White. Pass to Tatum. And here's Hauser. On the wing, Tatum. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Hauser passes to Brown. Again, the miss by Boston.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass. Really getting after it and being physical.
And down it goes. 2 points. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, for all the anticipation around NBA expansion, we might have to pump the brakes. I'm told a number of team owners are a bit hesitant to further carve up the revenue from this new national broadcasting deal. So the timeline may take longer than some fans had hoped.
They'll get there. All right, Shams, thank you very much for that report. Pritchard's checked in for Tatum. And the Jazz finishing last season with the league's youngest roster. And some good players in that mix, Doris.
Listen, the fan base understands that the Utah Jazz are trying to rebuild a roster. The Jazz are hoping they've taken a step in the right direction with the draft haul they have, and with the picks on the horizon, it's just going to take time.
And he gets it to go. George has got 8.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Outside, Brown. The kick out to White. There's the triple, and a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, this guy doing his job spacing the floor. He had 2 triples in the first, and he just gets his 3rd to go.
Down low. Over to the left wing. Pass to Pritchard. Back to Hauser. Now here's White from deep. Rebounded by Bailey. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And the shot's good. Give him 8.
The good looks from Bailey. You'd like to see him dish it a little more at this level than he did in college.
Here's Hauser. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by George.
There's one principal reason why they're sitting on this lead. Rebounding. That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And so it's the Utah Jazz closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And they push the tempo in this one, getting out in transition and making the defense pay. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season and swerving off topic for a moment since this is the halftime show. I was just wondering, what was halftime like? And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Jazz.
They're up because...
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Wow, it's been quite a game for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler out there with Jackson. Then there's Keontae George, and it's Bailey in at the 2.
The pass and the shooting, the scoring, it's all clicking right now for Jaylen Brown.
Pass to Markkanen. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Markkanen's got 12.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Tatum, good.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
To the middle. And that one's good. Markkanen's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
White, the pass to Tatum. Out to the wing. Hauser, right side. Fires from deep. Pure from 3-point range. He's got 6.
What a find by Tatum. Draws the defense and kicks it out to 3.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball. Really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that. They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
There's a foul. It's on Sam Hauser. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Markkanen for 3. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
Well, after knocking down a couple in the first half, that's his first triple here in the second.
Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. Well, you look at Kessler, Such great timing and instincts. He's the best shot blocker in the league right now.
Even when the ball would swing away from him, he would rotate and challenge the shot.
And here's Bailey for three. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got 4 rebounds in the game. Tatum passes to Brown. Here's Hauser. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. Here's Bailey, defended by Brown. Bailey, the pass to Jackson, to the paint. And there's Bailey. That one's good. On the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Rebounded by the Jazz.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
George finds Jackson. Back to George. 3-pointer.
The lateral quickness, the focus, the ability to stay in pursuit. This is why Derek White is brilliant defensively.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. BA?
Allie, thanks for the report.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Brown. Again, the miss by Boston.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Jackson with a screen on White. Bailey, the pass to Kessler. George against Brown. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Utah shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. That's good from George. And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
You're losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's foul number 2 for him. There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page. And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
White, the pass to Tatum. It's rebounded by George. George has got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
Well, he is asked to do so many different things for whatever team he's on, but Derek White right now, aggressive hunting his shots.
Pass to Markkanen. No good on the 3. Celtics trail by 16. Outside Tatum. Here's Queta. He's covered by Kessler. White for 3. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Don't sleep on Jason Tatum's athleticism. This guy attacks the basket with ferocity.
Jazz leading by 11. George with it. Picked up by Tatum. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there. That makes the game easy.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta. Walsh comes in for Jason Tatum. Shireman's checked in for Hauser. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for White. Then for Utah, Filipowski, he's checked in for Jackson. Sensabaugh comes in for Larry Markkanen. And it's Collier in for Bailey. Nurkic is checked in for Kessler. Back to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. He's scoreless. Outside Pritchard. And here's Brown for 3. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Here's Collier, defended by Pritchard. Pass to Nurkic. George outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sensabaugh. Utah needs to get off a shot here. And another miss by Utah. Celtics trail by 11. Brown passes to Pritchard. And a miss there on the triple. And so George will bring it up for Utah. They led by as many as 18. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. And that'll be the 4th game of this 5-game road trip.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Utah leading by 13. There's the drive. And scoring. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
Brown going to work.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
Brown with the steal. And the jam by Brown.
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. There are far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. 55 seconds left in the third. Utah moving the ball around. To the inside. Here's Nurkic. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 13.
Oh, you better not lose contact with Yusuf Nurkic's body. This guy will punish you.
Over to the wing. Pass to Walsh. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Walsh has got 6.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Here's Collier. Boston with a rebound.
Might be a good idea to run the clock. Hold it for the last shot.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Pass to Shireman. Here's Walsh from behind the arc. No good that time. And so it's Lauri Markkanen making things happen for the Jazz. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. They've got Nikola Vucevic, Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Pass to Filipowski, and here's Markkanen. Now here's Nurkic, hounded by Tatum. Goes back up, and it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, this is not a game he'll want to individually remember, but they are positioned to close this thing out.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Tatum. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
You like the way Tatum can sliver around to get his shot.
Here's Markkanen, and Markkanen with the stuff.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Here's Tatum. Tatum showing off the strength.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
Markkanen against Tatum. Pass to Filipowski. 6 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Collier. And the Jazz lead by 5.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. Here's Walsh on the wing, Tatum. And it's Boston scoring again.
He's delivering for his team when it matters most.
Markkanen with the stuff.
Well, we know Markkanen can flat score the basketball, and right now he's got his rhythm going.
Tatum against Markkanen. Pass to Shireman. This one for three. Rebound, Utah. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds tonight. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Markkanen misses.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. So both teams making some changes here. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Jazz?
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
That's just about size right there. Big Nurk, get up and get down.
There's Tatum with the 3. Hits the three-pointer. Tatum's got 28.
This guy's been impressive this quarter, putting his team on his back.
Markkanen for 3. Another 3 for Utah.
He's been laser focused here in the 4th. Only 1 miss out of 5 attempts.
George against Brown. The kick to Tatum. The 3. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed. Tatum's got 31 points.
A dominant quarter, but he needs some help.
Knocked loose. Pritchard with a steal. To the wing, right side. Gonzalez passes to Tatum. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Markkanen. Pass to Collier. Launches it. A rebound by Jason Tatum. Celtics trail by 4. Utah with the rebound. Nurkic just got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Sensabaugh, covered by Vucevic. Kicks it to George. Fires the 3. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
On the wing, Tatum. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Pritchard. Then for Utah, Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jackson comes in for Sensabaugh. And Bailey subbed in for Collier. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Cadiz checked in for Boston. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bailey. Deflected! Hauser outside. Here's the 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got his 5th assist in this one.
Well, this is where you see Jaylen Brown has evolved as a playmaker for his teammates. That's a pretty pass.
The Jazz, again, can't hit. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Outside Brown. White. Misses the 3. Utah leading by 4. Bailey. Bucket! Straight in!
And even if he doesn't have the wider frame some guys do, Bailey's not going to let contact keep him from finishing.
Here's a pass to Tatum. Releases from 15. White. It's good from beyond the arc.
Derek White, high-pressure situation, no problem.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
George outside. Marking it outside. Oh, off target from downtown. Celtics trail by 3. Tatum. Count it!
Well, Jason Tatum in a big moment. He is unafraid.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. They led by as many as 18. Jackson fires from 12 feet out.
It's clear Jackson Jr. embraces the spotlight. He's a solid scorer who makes important shots for this team.
Book it! That one goes!
This guy has earned a reputation for handling pressure and making clutch shots.
George using the glass to lay it in.
Keontae George steps in at a big-time moment. That's a huge basket.
Tatum, the triple drop.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
It's Markkanen on the wing, defended by Hauser. Now Jackson. George in the post. Now Jackson. 5 to shoot. Let's loose for 3. Shot's no good. A critical possession with time winding down.
Yep, this is their moment.
Brown outside. In the corner, Tatum. Can't get the go-ahead bucket. It's tipped. Markkanen. And the 3 misses. Crucial possession right here.
The crowd is on edge.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Tatum outside. Rebounded by Jackson. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Beyond the arc. Ooh, the 3 doesn't go. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Tatum. Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the 3. Small forward. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
Outside Brown. White fires! Oh, missed on the tray.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
Now Kessler. Jackson. Yes, sir!
Yeah, great to see Jackson Jr. forcing the issue. Just taking what he wants inside.
And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. On the wing, Tatum. Now White. Brown. Not that time. Utah leading. Kessler a screen. Both hands there for a little extra.
You know Keontae George is an effective playmaker. He always seems to make the right decision with the ball.
On the wing, Tatum. Shoots a three. Rebounded by Markkanen. Jazz leading by 3. From downtown. Kessler outside. George. Jackson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Markkanen. Another chance. And up and in on the layup.
Wow, Walker Kessler with some big-time confidence.
Here's the pass to Brown. Jason Tatum. And he can't stop the run as that misses.
Boy, when you're trying to make up ground, every shot counts. You have got to be selective. Boy, you cannot put it in a much better spot than that. Wow.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. He's off from 3.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Jacks up a 3. No good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
On the wing, Tatum. Buries it from outside.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
George fires. No good from 3. Celtics trail by 4. Tatum knocks it down. He's locked in right now.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last. Well, this is the exact guy you would pick to take that shot. Beautifully done.
White outside. There's a pass to Tatum. Cash from downtown.
And the stakes were high right there. But what a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Jackson up top. Jackson, the screen on White. Here's Bailey, defended by Brown. Kessler. Oh, he jammed it!
Well, a big night for the big man, Walker Kessler, playing with tremendous confidence.
Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
Tatum against Jackson. Now White. White coming through!
That bucket is really just about the efficient use of the screen. That's nicely done.
On offense, here's Utah. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
George! Oh, the long ball, no good! And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
Markkanen! Money from 3!
The willingness to embrace the pressure, Markkanen, big-time delivery.
And now they foul and stop the clock. He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
calm under pressure, and every point here means a lot. The whole arena knows they need a 3 to force another overtime.
So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out for the W. They escaped with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was...
All right, thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Boston, Massachusetts, the destination for the Wizards. One of the best two-way bigs in the history of this league. Anthony Davis looking to shape the outcome here as they get ready for action in Boston. Wizards, Celtics, and we'll be right back for the tip-off. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Denver, they're moving on up, 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And you know, the Celtics, they're trending in the wrong direction. The NBA competition can be unforgiving. Not much room for mistakes.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Trae Young is out there with Johnson. Then it's Koulibaly. Then it's Alexander Saw. And it's Davis in at the 4. And for the Celtics, down on the block, it's Tatum with Kata. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. Pass to Davis. Well, GA, we know it's still very early in the season, but still, just how defined are these teams at this point?
Kevin, it varies squad to squad in a big way. Some teams are very solid now. Things are pretty set in stone. Others are looking for what really works in the moment of truth.
Young for 3. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And when you ask the coaches about Sarr, they rave about his motor.
And here's Tatum for 3. Connects from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him how they prepared for this matchup against Anthony Davis. And Coach responded saying, you have to prepare for his impact on both ends. Offensively, he's terrific around the rim and pretty much unguardable when his jumper is falling. And defensively, he does it all. Back over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And you couldn't have scripted a better start for them.
Washington with the ball. 6-point game. And stolen by White. Pass to Hauser. Back to White. In the corner. Tatum with it. And again, Boston with the triple.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner. And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Brown, no good.
Well, they missed one after 4 straight makes. Still a good start to the game.
And Sarr throws it down.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
You know, Jim, when you look at Bilal Koulibaly, outstanding length for a wing.
It's 6'8" with the reach of Stretch Armstrong. The tools are all there. And at his young age, there is plenty of time to develop his offensive skill.
And Brian Keith wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter. Letting the big man Sarr go to work inside. I like seeing him being aggressive down low.
Tatum kicks to White. Here's Hauser. And the 3 off target. Wizards trail by 6. In the corner, it's Coulibaly. Here's Davis. And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2 to 6'10. But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant. Adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
Young's shot is off. Celtics leading by 4. Here's Tatum. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been. And it's why they'll continue to go to him.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the 3-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
Here's White, following the basket by Trae Young. Out to the wing. Nice ball movement by Boston. White, good.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Wizards trail by 8. Outside, Davis. Back to Young. Beyond the arc. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Young's got 5 now.
Yeah, well, Trae Young saw a 3 made on the other end of the floor, and he came right back with a quick response.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. High post, Davis. Young. Rebounded by Hauser.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Queta, the pass to Tatum. Here's White. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. White's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Celtics.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And Brian Keeve wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Vucevic check in for the Celtics. Richard comes in for Sam Hauser. And then for Washington, Keyshawn George, he's checked in for Song. And it's Riley in for Johnson. Now, here is George. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Wizards making a switch here. Carrington's checked in. Here's Young. He has 5. Young, a screen on Tatum. Here's Riley. Rebound, Boston. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
And even though they're one of the top teams, they dropped the season series to this squad. So sometimes matchups play a role. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 16 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
Yeah, it's all about great energy, and he brings that part to the game. His teammates feed off of that.
Wizards trail by 8. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pritchard passes to Tatum. Over George. Boston. No good that time either.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
So for the Wizards, their last game, a loss to New York. A kick out to Brown. A 3-pointer off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group.
Now, here is Young. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Walsh is checked in. And it's Gonzalez in for Brown. And a switcher also for Washington. Hardy, he's checked in for Carlton Carrington.
And that's why he is box office. Trae Young could go off on any given night. He is so fun to watch with the ball in his hands.
Now, here is Young. He's got 11. Launches it. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Three-pointer, Pritchard. It's hauled in by George. The Wizards shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Back to Young. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, if you're a fan of Trae Young, you have loved all of this. What a night he's had.
Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the first. Back to Shireman. Back to Pritchard. Offensive rebound. And it's put back in by Vucevic. Vucevic has got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
And the instincts on the glass. Love how Vucevic tracks these misses down and then able to convert.
And you watch Bub Carrington, you know, Tim, for a young player, he has got a real feel for this game.
Yeah, Kevin, he quickly processes things out there. He's got great anticipation at both ends. And I'll tell you what, he's just getting started.
Now, here's Tatum. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Walsh. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space. Well, that could take him off the floor. Not what he wanted right there. 2 fouls in the first quarter.
The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
He hits both from the stripe.
Whether it's points, steals, or passes, Russell is out here working hard to give you what you need.
Now Pritchard. 9 points last game. Pass to Shireman. The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. Going. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
It's what the league looks like these days, but it's not always easy to pull off and execute.
They've got Vucevic, Peyton Pritchard out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Shireman in at the 2. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Good on the triple.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Driving in, the 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the Jazz. Here's Carrington. Vucevic against Davis. Ignoring the contact, Anthony Davis.
Over the years, Davis has packed on a lot of muscle, and it served him well right there.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot. Anthony Davis talked about what motivates him. He said championships, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard. All that stuff matters the most to me. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but my legacy will win that battle every time. Back to you.
Priorities straight. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Tatum on the wing. Pass to Walsh. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Walsh has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Celtics. And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. If you look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Boston leading by 6. Down low, Vucevic doesn't go that time. Davis with some nice D. George with no one around. The Wizards with another miss. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Young's checked in. Pritchard from outside. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Here's Tatum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
Here's Young. He's got 13. To the paint. Here's Davis. Anthony Davis. Too much size.
What a dominant force inside. There are few guys who can slow Davis down when he's that close to the hoop.
And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Young pass to Davis. A fadeaway. Backed in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight. Pritchard with the ball. He has yet to score. Brown gets it done inside.
Few better athletes in the league than Jaylen Brown, and he stays in attack mode.
To the middle, here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Pritchard finds Tatum. Over George. Tatum's shot is off. Wizards trail by 6. Riley passes it to Young. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Young's got 15.
Creativity and shot-making ability to spare. Trae Young is getting loose tonight.
Tatum no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's Davis missing. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Boston, no good that time either.
Well, he's over, but they're still winning, and that's really all that matters.
It's stolen by Brown, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Washington making some changes. Sars checked in for Riley. And it's Koulibaly in for Carlton Carrington. Tatum dishes to White. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 9.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
Tatum on the wing. Over Davis. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Tatum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics. Koulibaly against Brown. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. White goes in. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by White. Brown's got 7 now in this quarter.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Wizards trail by 10. On the wing, Koulibaly. He's covered by Brown. Outside, George. Wizards passing it around. The wide open look here for Koulibaly. And it's Derek White with the rebound. Pass to Tatum. Launches a three. The rebound by Young.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Tim, it feels like the bigger the stakes, the better we're going to see Trae Young playing.
Well, Kevin, he's had his moments in the playoffs, and he embraces the spotlight, home or away. He won't shy from being the villain. That's the kind of chip he plays with. Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And White kicks to Tatum. A three from Tatum.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
Young from outside. Offensive rebound. Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Washington making some changes. Champagne's checked in, and it's Johnson in for Keyshawn George. And stolen by Sarr. A floater. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. There's 1:26 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Young. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Pass to Hauser. Outside, White. The three. That's in the tray. White's got 6 in the quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And Sarr throws it down.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Now Tatum. It's up a three. Rebound by Johnson. Young taking his time here. Pass to Sarr. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got his 8th assist in the game.
He is dialed in right now. Perfect from the field this quarter.
Tatum gets it inside.
And another bucket for him. What a quarter he has had.
There's 25 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Champagnie. Off target with his three. Here's White. In the corner. Tatum with it. Tatum with a corner three.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
And so it's the Boston Celtics holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. And swerving off topic for a moment, since this is the halftime show, I was just wondering, what was halftime like in the locker room back when you guys were playing?
I would never be checking my stats and figure out if I'm close to a double-double or not. That's something I would never do.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out if he's close to the double-double. He didn't know if it was rebounds and points early or a cheeseburger.
I'm talking about the cheeseburger. What are you talking about, Kenny?
Changing gears here, how about what Jason Tatum was doing in that first half?
Well, how about the game Tatum is?
Thanks for spending halftime.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
So on the floor for Washington. Alexander Sarr is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Young. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Johnson in at the 2. Young from outside. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And White kicks to Brown. Oh, good with the triple. Wizards trail by 13. Koulibaly with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Basket counts.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so White will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Hauser. Nice ball movement by Boston. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Jacks up a 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
Chalk one up for the defense. They forced a difficult shot.
Tatum no good. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's Davis missing.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
And another miss by Boston. Wizards trail by 11. And Sarr throws it down.
And would you say the offense is coming around for Sarr? He is doing it all tonight.
Boston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Right the pass to Queta. Now here's Tatum. Brown right side. And stolen by Koulibaly. On up the court. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Johnson. Young's got 19 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And White kicks to Brown. Oh, good on the triple.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
Shoots from 14. Rebound by the Wizards. Sarr's got 6 rebounds in the game. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Again, the Wizards score. And so, the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
And now look at Jason Tatum here. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season, 27 points per, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
Well, when so many teams get smaller when they go to the bench, he actually gives them more size oftentimes.
Tatum on the wing. Tatum a 3 of his own.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
From about 16, that's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Johnson.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. And White kicks to Brown. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's now 9 points for Jaylen Brown.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Koulibaly. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
And at the right time, they could have let this game get away from them, but they never stopped believing.
Over to the wing. The 3 from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
Young for 3. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got his 5th rebound in this one. White goes in. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And Brian Keith wants a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Wizards making a switch here. George is checked in. Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. 5th on the list, Jason Tatum.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
The kick out to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Wizards.
Well, fortunately, as he searches for his scoring rhythm, they still have the lead for now.
Young's shot is off.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down.
White, good. White's got 16.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Pass to Davis, and finished off by Davis.
When Davis goes to the rim full force, he punishes a defense.
Young against White. Tatum kicks to White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 3rd assist on the night. Wizards trail by 10. Here's Coulibaly. Davis, the pass to Sarr. Banked in off the glass. Sarr's got 7 points here in this quarter. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Here's Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Hung outside, pass to Davis. He's looking for Sarr and finds him.
And for his position, Davis, a solid distributor. He's one of the league's most unique players.
Kick out to Brown. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Coulibaly.
Well, he was able to sink a triple back in the first half, but he has yet to connect here after the break.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Davis.
And AD would be an elite big even if he didn't have a jumper, but the consistency of that shot really sets him apart.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Pass to Coulibaly. Young against White. Young, no good.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
It's so smooth when Brown is stealing it from deep. No hesitation.
Here's Young. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And here is Tatum. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. He gets it up.
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, with the clock running down, man, that was close.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Celtics lead by 9. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Washington. They trail by 9 points. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. They've got Jason Tatum. Vucevic is out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Walsh in at the power forward position. That's the Boston 5.
And what a night. They just keep going to Davis.
Pritchard finds Tatum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Tatum's got 49 points in the game.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Pass to Davis. And he comes up with the deuce. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And with all the different things he does, you expect AD to put up points every night. He's a lot to handle. And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Good on the bucket. Davis has got 11 in the second half.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
And another one that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Got a piece of it. And they're on the break. Oh, Tatum in position. Vucevic to the pass to Walsh. And here is Tatum. The tray. It's hauled in by George.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Brown is checked in for the Celtics. Trae Young, he's checked in for Washington. And George now top of the key. The Wizards working the ball around now. No good from outside.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open three.
Pass to Pritchard. Off target from three-point range.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
Second team foul.
Davis, the pass to Riley. Back to Davis.
Now, this is a guy the coaches trust. He's so deliberate with the ball in his hands.
Oh, looping down the lane. Tatum. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beat you in so many different ways.
And finished off by Davis.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Brown dishes to Vucevic. The three from Tatum. Rebound by the Wizards. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Riley can't hit. Boston leading by 6. Outside Tatum. Over Davis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, at a 7-footer that can play the entire court, Vucevic is a tough cover because of that versatility.
And the Celtics making a change here. White's checked in. Koulibaly, he's checked in for the Wizards.
And having a big man like him who's efficient from the line used to be a luxury, but it's becoming more and more common.
Here's Davis. Young outside. Here's the teardrop. Here's Koulibaly. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Boston, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. We're of 9. Pritchard passes to Brown. The three from Tatum. Washington with the rebound. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Stolen by Tatum. Here's Vucevic shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Davis.
And one of the most underrated bigs in the NBA. Vucevic quietly dominates on a consistent basis.
Sam Hauser's checked in for Pritchard. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Sar's checked in. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. To the left wing. Here's Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
And that passing ability really helps separate Tatum from so many others because the defense has to focus on his ability to score.
Strong. The pass to Young. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
And here's Tatum. And again for three.
He's got this defense scrambling. And even when they got two guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. It's good on the putback.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Picked his pocket. Young with the ball. He's picked up by White. Shaw gets the bucket.
That's a really nice pass by Young. Now, his scoring gets most of the attention, but he is a fantastic playmaker.
White misses the three. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Wizards. Trailing here by 8. Young inside. Light covering. Yeah, that goes in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Austin making a switch here. Kate is checked in. A change for the Wizards. Johnson, he's checked in for Riley. Now we'll hear from Allen. And again.
A 60-piece. Goodness. And it's not his first of the season.
Riley is tied for the 4th most 60-point games during a single season. Just incredible. Yeah, count it.
Yeah, that's just supreme confidence there from Young on that mid-range.
Boston leading by 6. Here's Tatum. Lets loose a 3. Johnson rips down the board. Now Koulibaly. And he does not hit.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shots around.
It's deflected.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
Up top, Brown. Just 5 on the clock. And it doesn't go. Wizards trail by 6. And he jams it in.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
And they double up Brown. One fires, and there's the 3.
And there's some of the development of Brown's game. Not just attacking to the rim, passing that ball out for a triple.
Johnson outside. And again, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Outside Brown. He's off from 3.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Here's Tatum. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. Young knocks down the 3.
And that's exactly what you want from your best player. Unafraid to run to the bright lights.
A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
Here's Brown. Outside Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. The 19-foot shot. Sarr pulls it down. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly. Well, his scoring ability is why this game is all tied up. A few more key possessions like that, and they could start to pull away.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Tatum, the three is on, and regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Anthony Davis is out there with Song. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Coulibaly in at the three, the small forward. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
And Young, a fiery competitor, someone who enjoys getting under the skin of opposing.
Connects again from distance.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking him down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game.
And it's a four-way tie now. Himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Dame Lillard.
Wizards trail by 5. Young outside. Fires the three. Trained from outside.
Well, you know Trae Young is comfortable from well beyond the arc.
Now here's Tatum. Outside Brown. From deep. Sarr pulls it down. Washington shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. Knocks down the three.
If any defense gives you that much cushion, you have to take that shot.
Brown inside. Johnson on him. And that one drops.
And that is a high-quality shot. You will take it every time from that close.
Washington's gone 2 for 2 on their three-point shots since we started overtime. Something they might want to stick with.
Yeah, and it was obvious Young is the guy you would go to right there. He is so efficient even when the defense knows he's the one that's going to take the shot.
Now Davis. Coulibaly. Oh, great touch off the pass. It's a three-point game. Tatum outside. And Tatum. And good. There's another.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. Derek White. No good from three. Wizards have gone a little over 50% from the field in overtime. They're 4 of 6. Now Sarr.
And this kid has star written all over him. Sarr putting the league on notice.
And so White will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 3.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's going like this, watch out.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Johnson takes the three. Rebounded by Tatum. With the drive. Right outside. Three. Good.
And what a find by Brown, demonstrating a willingness to create for teammates.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points, or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Oh, trying for it. And they go to the intentional foul. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
You're definitely going to have to get a 3 here and then count on them to miss free throws.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. So it's the Wizards now. Young fires. And get the 3. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team.
So we see Boston get the win here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And that'll do it, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.